Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Sam Talaga of Freeland Football. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks again for coming back on. So just kind of, I know that it's was a pretty successful year for you guys. Obviously, not the way you wanted it to end, but
Yep.
it was still a pretty good year for you guys.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we didn't want to lose that last game, obviously, and it was a tough one for the seniors and everyone. Especially losing by 1 point both years, was really tough on us.
Yeah. So just like, just I'll get into this later, but going into those going after that game, knowing that, not really knowing that knowing that you're never going to play high school football again. What was it? Just to kind of feel like that, this is not the way you want it to end, but it's got to end at some point.
Yeah. No, I mean, I still think about like Friday nights and everything. It's an experience you're never going to be able to live again. You know, I'm going to college now for football. And I don't know if that kind of like helped ease the pain a little bit of losing because I know I'm going to be able to play again.
Right.
Um, but still, I mean, nothing's going to compare to those Fridays, and especially with that group you've been around for so long. I mean, I've been playing with those guys since youth. So I mean, it was tough on all of us. It's just something like, I mean, it already happened. There's not much you can do about it anymore. And now for me, going to play college, I just got to keep working and kind of just get prepared for the college level.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's time to kind of relive. So give me some of your best moments from this season.
Best moments? Okay. The Croswell Lexington game. That was a really good game. I think we were getting kind of manhandled the entire game by them. We couldn't really do much. We were down a lot by half, and um, started the second or third quarter, started the third quarter. They returned a kickoff on us. I mean, you would have thought that would have really like put us down. We would have lost. But I mean, after that, we kind of just all like grouped together. We never gave up. Um, I think we were down. I think we were down almost 30 points in the fourth quarter. And we ended up coming back and winning that game.
Yeah. Do you have any other favorite moments from this past season?
Um, like all like the team dinners and everything. It was just super fun with the teammates. I mean, I shared some special moments with my coaches. It was all great. There's definitely a lot, but like specific moments, I can't really think of.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, what is this like past season of football really just taught you as a person?
Um, I don't know. I would say it's really a lot about having confidence. Um, that's what I noticed to be like the most important thing about the game. You can be 6'5", 230 pounds, but if you don't have that confidence, you aren't going to be to the level you want to be. So I feel like going into this year, I had a lot more confidence compared to my junior year. So yeah, I mean, made me feel a lot better going into games, and just kind of having like that confidence just really helped me out with making big plays. I mean, stepping up when you're down, things like that.
Yeah. Um, what okay, so I asked you some of, maybe best moments from this season. Now it's time to maybe go one step further. Best moment from the past 4 years of playing football at Freeland.
So yeah, I might have talked about this in the last one, but definitely the Chelsea game. That was my sophomore year, first year ever playing defense at that like defensive end outside linebacker position. And the group of guys we had at that game was it was my favorite group to be around. I mean, the seniors were great mentors at that time. I could learn from them. Um, yeah, it was a semifinal game. We ended up losing by, well, a few inches because we didn't get a first down. Uh, and we were on probably like their 5 yard line or something, something super close. And I mean, no one expected small town Freeland to really give up a fight against the Chelsea team, but that entire game we really hung with them, and we never gave up. And just being around that group of guys, that was the most fun game I've ever played in. I'll always remember the first play on defense. I made a tackle on one of their really good running backs, and that really set the tone.
Yeah. Okay, so um, talk about some of the like the big goals that you had coming into this season of just getting better at your position. What were some of the things that you really worked on, that you improved on, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season?
So yeah, the biggest thing was my speed and agility really. I already had like powerlifting past. I gained a lot of strength, but now I really wanted to work on my speed. And really just coming to this season, I wanted to be as versatile as I could at defense and offense. So the biggest thing for me was, I mean, not just being a lower your shoulder, truck over people runner, but also being quick, versatile, be able to move around, see holes, everything like that. So that was the biggest thing for me. Kind of just expanding my, I guess my agility, my speed. So that was probably the biggest thing, and I'm glad I worked on it because I think it definitely helped a lot with endurance. Because playing both sides of the ball, I really only got off the field for kickoff. So I mean, having that endurance helped a lot, and you know, like breakaways, that speed definitely helped.
Okay. Um, Now let's just kind of talk about, your experience of, just being a part of, this program. What has it just been like to be a part of Freeland football for these past 4 years?
Yeah, it's been great. The coaches were all amazing. My freshman year, I was pretty intimidated by everything. That was kind of like COVID year, so
It
I mean
was.
the games were all still screwed up. I remember I was second string quarterback my freshman year. Bryson Huckabee was in front of me, and I mean, oops, um, yeah, those I like me taking snaps in practice and everything was kind of like a big learning curve for me. I definitely would get yelled at a lot, but I think it definitely helped me now and how I built up throughout the program. Um, I mean, in playing on like the varsity level, even my freshman year, I was able to play in the semifinals against Grand Rapids Catholic Central, and I mean we were down a lot, and I mean we kind of knew we weren't going to win at that point, but still having those moments where um, you're called on to go in against. I mean, at that point, Grand Rapids Catholic Central had. I know they had a Notre Dame commit. They had a few other Division One athletes. So, I mean, that was definitely scary for me because, I mean, being a freshman going against those guys was, yeah, definitely scary. But I think a huge learning curve too.
Yeah. Okay. So, um, what has these, going in from all these years and stuff, and now I usually ask a lot of seniors this.
Hmm.
What does football mean to you?
I mean, football means a lot. It teaches you so much. Like how to listen to your coaches, not talk back. Like being able to be coachable is one of like the biggest things I think. You know, and I mean just like being able to work together with your teammates and everything, not getting down on each other after like if another team has a big play or something is huge. And just I think you learn a lot more than the game, um, than just playing the game. Uh, so I think it's like just a huge life lesson for me. Um, and I guess I wouldn't be where I am without it.
Okay. Um, okay, so what will you miss most about Freeland football?
Um, Definitely Friday Night Lights. Uh, that's just like an atmosphere that you're never really going to be able to get again. I mean, like the nerves going when they're playing the national anthem and everything. But I'm gonna miss my coaches a lot. I mean, they were all so they were all so great, and I appreciated them a lot. So I definitely plan to like go back to some of the workouts this next summer and stuff, and maybe between summers while I'm at Harvard, I can go visit them there too.
Yeah, okay. So I know that you just said what you may be done with high school football, but you're not done with football just yet. Because of course you're continuing, your football career at Harvard. So just kind of talk about like, not every kid gets to go there. Just to be, accepted there and all that stuff. And what is it like just to know that you're gonna go there?
Um, I guess it's definitely a little bit nerve wracking because Harvard's a huge name, obviously. But it's something like I can look forward to. It's something I have to work towards also. Because obviously, I mean, I have high expectations for myself, and I always want to do the best. But I mean, it's definitely something I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I'm going to get probably the best academics and everything that they have there. But then sports too. I mean, for football, they just won the Ivy League, so that was huge. So I think I'm going to get the best of both worlds there. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah. Tell me about like the first time you like went up to campus. What did you experience? What kind of I know we talked about this last time, but what really sold you?
Yeah. I really like the coaches there. Coach Lamb, he's usually the one that like recruits Michigan, so that's who I talk to mostly. Um, when I got to campus though, it's not like any other college campus. It kind of looks like you're in another country at some points. But I mean, just the facilities are nice. I really enjoyed them, and just being around the coaches, I could feel comfortable there.
Yeah. Um, okay, so you're gonna get to experience all that, next fall and stuff. That's gonna be fun to see. All right, you might I know we got to know you a little bit last time, Sam. Let's get to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you think about like right before a game?
Um, I don't know. Usually, I kind of somewhat envision like how I want the game to go. I'll maybe set some goals before the game. Like if I want to, I don't know, maybe go for like a certain amount of rushing yards or something like that. I think it's good to have those goals because I'm a very goal oriented person, I guess. I highly believe in like you're going to do better if you have something to work towards. Um, Usually, what goes through my head is just, I don't know. Usually like I'm not usually the one that's just um like super heavy and like the loud music and everything. I'll usually like sometimes I would just go sit on the bench outside while getting ready, and I don't know, it's kind of just I don't need to like hype myself up before games. Usually I let the nerves help me get hyped up before games and everything, like back to this like the national anthem. Like that's just standing there like getting ready for the game, that does enough for me. But yeah, I guess I just try and keep my mind clear, honestly. I don't want to have any outside distractions before the game.
Yeah. Okay, so you talked about that. Of course, home games are one thing. How do you like turn away distractions like during like a bus ride or something to a game?
How do I like turn away distractions?
Yeah, how do you like yeah.
Okay, so I mean, usually I'll sometimes watch film on the bus.
Okay.
Um, and I always have headphones in listening to music, so I'm usually not listening to what's going on around me. But I mean, some of the bus rides I'll even talk to like Zach Deleu. He's one that I'll usually talk to because I mean I can usually relate to him pretty well because he played. I mean, he played with me on varsity since I mean way back to like freshman sophomore year. So that's someone I'll usually talk to on the bus, and I don't know, we'll kind of talk about game plans and things going forward.
Yeah. What's on Sam's playlist?
Um, Usually it's, I mean, I'll listen to some rap here and there. You got to have something to pump you up, I guess. A lot of it's like music I used to listen to a while ago because I like looking back on it because I mean, I can see how much like I guess I've I guess I can see how much I've like grown up and like achieved certain things. So I'll listen to music that I would play in the car ride to my sister's softball games when I was like in the middle school and stuff or younger.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, is there like a game where what was your favorite just favorite overall game to play in from your high school days? Like pick you can pick any game. Yep.
Um, from high school days. Okay.
Yes.
Um, I would still go back to the Chelsea game, but probably like the most important to me in learning was the Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Even though I was a freshman, didn't really play at all. I remember Coach Townsend told me to he told me to go in, and I was kind of freaked out. I remember I had this look on my face where I was like, "Oh crap! Like I got to go in against these guys." But I think it just set me up for. I mean, it set me up for a lot. I guess not being as nervous for future games, things like that.
Okay. All right. Well, Sam, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck at Harvard, and we might have you on again sometime.
Yep. Thank you for having me.